guys, today I wanted to discuss with you classics. So let's start with the question, why should you read classics? First of all, they are classics for a reason. I also think classics should be in a part of every avid reader's life. I'm not saying that you should only read classics. What I'm saying is that you should read adult books or young adult books and once in a while read some classics. Classics are basically the roots of reading and you feel really good when you read them. So now I want to talk to you guys about the pros and cons of reading classics. Before, I want to say that I don't have a lot of classics, well, not as much as I wanted to, and from those classics I have only read two, which are The Hobbit and Pride and Prejudice, but I really enjoyed both of them. The first pro I have is that there are so many editions of classics and all of them are extremely beautiful. Let's say you like shorter books rather than long books. Well, there is a long classic, but there is an edition of it small because the font is smaller than the other one, so you can choose that. And if you like books with bigger fonts, there will be classics with bigger fonts out there. I really like books with big fonts, and that is the case of my edition of Great Expectations by Charles Dickens. I haven't read it yet, but the font is pretty big compared to other classics and editions I have seen of this book. There is also a really big different price range because there are these really beautiful, well-crafted classics, and there are those regular paperbacks one which most people can afford. I also want to say that you feel awesome when you finish a classic. You feel so smart, so complete. You've read a classic, it feels pretty good. I also want to say that you learn a lot from classics because you're not going to understand everything that you read in a classic, but you're going to learn new words and you're going to enhance and improve your vocabulary by reading classics because you're going to see words that you have never heard of before, but by the context you understand these words and hopefully, know them and learn these words for the future. And as you read more classics, I assume that you get better and you get more used to the writing. The first one is that they are sometimes pretty hard to read and sometimes understand. What I recommend you do is read with an analysis. So every chapter that you read, you find an analysis online. I think SparkNotes has it. So let's say that you're reading The Great Gatsby and you read the first chapter and then you read the analysis online of that chapter. It will make you understand it a lot better. Classics can also take a long time to get through it, and by that I think you have to have patience, and if you're not enjoying the classic, I won't say you have to push through it because you won't have a good time and it may lead you to a reading slump. Also, I want to talk about the language. As I said before, it can get pretty complicated to understand, but classics, you're not going to understand every word written in a classic. You're going to understand the general idea, and as I said before, you will enhance your vocabulary by reading each classic. What you can do is you can read modern classics like Fahrenheit 451 or The Cat's Cradle by Kurt Vonnegut, because the language in those classics are way less complicated than, say, a Jane Austen book, which is from like 1815, while Fahrenheit 451 is like from 1950. So in the end, I think everyone should read classics because they're really fun and they really help you learn and they really give you a general idea of certain subjects that we do not find in YA novels these days. In the beginning of the year, I tried reading one classic per month. It didn't work out for me because I like reading YA the most, but I am slowly reading classics this year. And if you want to get used to Jane Austen's works, Ariel Bissett, I'll leave a link to her channel in the down bar below, is doing something called the Austen Adventures, which you read, I think, one Jane Austen book per month, so it really will help you. So if you want to join that, I'll leave a link to her channel in the down bar below. So yeah guys, that is my video. It's pretty short. I just wanted to put this out there because I thought it was a pretty interesting concept and I really wanted more people to read classics because I feel that in BookTube a lot of people only stick to YA. So thank you for watching guys and I'll see you next time.